I'm Jeff Ford with the YouTube show AutoRestoMod, and we're here with Mike Eaton from EATON Detroit Springs to talk to you about measuring springs. Now, Mike, why, with everything that you guys stock, would a guy want to measure his springs?
Well, there are the rare occasions that somebody is building a special vehicle, street rods is a perfect example, to where the spring was originally a transverse spring, in the case of the early Fords, and they've put on parallel springs. And we have no idea what the springs are on that vehicle. So we either need a sample of the spring, or we need the customer to measure the spring, fill out our online measuring form, and send us that information. A lot of people like to say, well, I have a spring that's 42 inches long. Well, that doesn't mean anything, because that 42 inches, as that spring flexes up and down, it gets longer, it gets shorter. The spring is mounted on the axle, and the mounting point is the center bolt. So therefore, the measurements we need to know is the distance from the front eye to the center bolt, from the center bolt to the back eye. And we measure that from the center line of the front eye, follow the curve of the main plate to the center bolt, remeasure from the center bolt, following the curve of the main plate to the center of the rear eye.
Okay.
Give us that dimension. Then we need the arch, the free arch of the spring. Free arch is with the spring off of the vehicle. A lot of people like to just turn the spring upside down and measure from the ground up. Well, that's no good, because the spring isn't mounted by the top of the eyes. The springs are mounted through the center line of the eyes. Now, if this eye was a 2-inch eye, and we measured from the top, it would be a different arch if this spring was a 1-inch eye, measured from the top. So therefore, we draw a straight line between the center line of the eyes, and we take that line and we measure down to the top of the main plate next to the center bolt. That gives us all the information we need to know on how to measure a spring. Of course, we also need the width too, but minor little detail
yeah, little
there.
details
Little
like
detail,
widths
right.
and things like that. And then you can basically, again, since you're a company that pulls the steel in from the back, does all the work on it, you can actually develop and build that spring right there at your plant in Detroit.
And we can manufacture that from raw steel right to the finished product. That is correct.
Awesome.
And all that information on what to measure is found on our website. If you go to eatonsprings.com/measure, and the measuring form will come up.
Great. And if you have any other questions about the Eaton product line, you can go out to their website, www.eatonsprings.com.